Hello and welcome to our playthrough of Doom 2016.
It's gonna be hot.
This will be a first for this channel in a number of ways. Our first all 1080p 16:9 playthrough, our first modern game not on an emulator, first game that we've both played.
Is that true?
Yep.
Huh.
Thus far, we've just done the Sly games, Monsters Inc., and Mario 64.
Oh yeah.
I mean, I'd played part of 64 before, but I never finished it.
I think my brain is remembering the stuff we did on my channel, and that's why that was confusing. Here we go. Welcome to Mars.
Rage, brutal, without mercy. But you will be worse. Rip and tear until it is done.
All right, let's waste absolutely no time.
Yeah, this game does things that few other games I know do.
I mean, especially when this came out in 2016, it was like, oh yeah, shooters can do different things.
Like, don't get me wrong, I love Halo, but this game... Ooh, I love that. This game is the closest thing I've had to Metroid Prime in my life.
There is a distinct Metroid Priminess to it, yeah, despite it being very linear.
Yeah, I mean... Oh yeah, I guess that's true. I just mean in the sense that this is a first-person shooter that the story is more or less in the background and only, you know, pretty much as there as you want to see it.
Yeah.
This was so confusing.
Yeah, I mean, yeah.
Until I beat the game.
There were other games before this that could be considered, you know, like boomer movement shooters, as they've kind of come to be called.
Oh, yeah.
But this is the game that really, like, legitimized this type of shooter coming back, you know, being like, hey, maybe Doom wasn't just outdated.
Yeah. There's a channel called Funk that has 3 whole videos about movement shooters that are great. I guess no.
Cannot determine the cause of the demonic invasion until the Resup satellite is brought back online.
Oh man, the cable's down.
Welcome. I'm Dr. Samuel Hayden. I'm the head of this facility. I think we can work together and resolve this problem in a way that benefits us both.
He knows exactly where this is going.
Like,
he's
man,
just like, oh, I know who you are. I know what this is. I'm not listening to a thing you say.
Few games just, oh man, this is what I wish Duke Nukem could have been.
Oh, DNF.
In the sense
now,
of just,
so yeah, as I alluded to earlier, this is the PC version of the game. I've played this on a couple of different platforms, but this is the PC version, and something that I sort of remembered but gained a new appreciation for on this playthrough is that this game, or at least this version of this game, is actually kind of jank.
How so? I played it on Switch at your house and then on PC.
The PC version of this game just has these weird random bugs where, like, when you start up the game, the menu sounds, it takes like 5 seconds for the audio to bother having, like, the menu clicks. There's an issue where if you have Steam open on a second monitor and you use the scroll wheel to switch weapons, it'll start scrolling your Steam library.
No, that's awful.
And I captured some other interesting bugs. I was delighted that I got them on camera.
Nice. That's always good.
But yeah, there's a little bit of, like, man, it feels like this game is maybe not as I mean, this was published by Bethesda. It doesn't just work in a couple of areas.
Yeah. Huh, did you see that barrel just slide?
I did.
Beautiful.
Now this is a 100% playthrough.
Oh, okay.
There is one thing that I forgot that I missed, that I got off screen. Everything else pretty much everything else I show getting on screen.
You know, I never thought about this comparison, but the facility areas kind of give me Portal 1 vibes in a way. Well, okay, more like
bit.
Portal 2 vibes since everything's effed up, but you know. Like, I really like this game.
It's very much got that sterile science facility.
Which is amazing considering the other aesthetic of this game is Hell, which is the complete opposite of sterile looking.
Oh yes, very, very naturalistic.
Organic, visceral, disgusting.
And also just like deserts and...
Whoa!
Oh yes. So that right there, that was in the recording. I think that's the only like judder I got throughout the whole game.
So is this running at 30 or 60 or how you doing?
It's recorded at 60, but as I was playing it, it was actually running at 200 FPS, which is its maximum.
You cannot be allowed to leave this place. You would ruin everything.
I mean, this game is very well optimized. It does not take like a supercomputer to get this game to run like butter.
I mean, that's part of its heritage when you think about it.
Looks at corpse.
Everything has clearly gotten out of hand now, yes. But it was worth the risk, I assure you.
Ah, wonderful transition.
Uh-huh. If I had to recommend 2 playthroughs to watch, besides this one, Wooly's playthrough with Reggie and Vinny's playthrough are a lot of fun. But hearing Wooly react to just Doomguy losing his shit is so fun.
It's funny you should mention that, because Wooly's playthrough of Doom is actually what kind of turned me off of playthroughs quite a bit now.
To be fair, yeah, I know he was... it took him a bit to get up to speed.
Where are they? They sound so close. They're right behind you. The one direction you haven't looked.
Oh, man. Honestly, I watched that one for them, like, kind of combing through the lore and enjoying the lore, and I watched Vinny's because he's more of a... I don't know, despite him, you know, falling ass backwards into miracles, I feel like he got pretty competent at this game.
Yeah, I can't really do blind playthroughs anymore because I feel like I'm, you know, sitting on the couch with them, and my inability to just lean over and be like, it's over there. Or like, you just do this and that, and it'll be a lot easier, and I can't do that, and it drives me insane.
Yeah.
So I don't watch many playthroughs anymore.
I think I'm immune to that simply for the reason that A, I'm terrible at video games, so I can understand, and B, you've never had this. I've helped little kids play video games, and that is an exercise in patience.
Yeah, I've had a little taste of that before, whereas like watching a kid play Lego Indiana Jones, and I'm like, how do you not notice the giant thing in the background that you should be focusing on? It's like, oh man,
they don't have a fully developed brain.
I know that I was exactly like this when I was a kid, but still, it's painful.
I know. It's like cringe, but in video game form.
Yeah, so my first experience with Doom 2016 was actually the Switch port. I believe this was the second Switch game I ever owned.
That's kind of cool. Was the first one Breath of the Wild?
It was Super Mario Odyssey.
Oh.
Because I have the Mario Odyssey edition Switch.
Oh, that's right. You had Breath of the Wild on Wii U.
Yes, and I did eventually get Breath of the Wild on Switch when it was super cheap one Black Friday, and yeah, whatever.
Yeah,
But then,
I know.
so that was early 2018 when I first played this, and then a year later I got my PS4, and this went on sale as it commonly does for $5. If you have a platform for this game, you have no excuse. This game goes on sale all the time, except for Switch.
Yeah, don't shoot Doomguy. He's not armed.
Yep, we've got that classic colored key card thing from the original games. Got some secrets finding the doll there. Yeah, so I played it on PS4, and then just a few months later I built my PC, and again, this went on sale in no time.
I constantly forgot I had grenades throughout the playthrough when I played this game.
Yeah, the
gosh.
equipment isn't as useful in this game, which is funny because it's also kind of insanely overpowered if you remember it.
Well, I mean, yeah,
but it's really not required.
I liked it. I just kept forgetting I had it. Like, there's, like, sure, by the end of the game, I really started to use it. And for those of you wondering, my audio was not desynced for the video. I just took 3 years to make the guy doesn't have arms joke. I did not want to talk over my co-host, commentator. I don't know what you call that.
Yeah, and you also notice that I'm playing on the standard difficulty. That's for a couple of reasons. Number one, just for the sake of recording, it makes things more consistent. But two, I have played this game on ultra violence before, which is the hard difficulty. And I got through it just fine, but I did not have as much fun.
Yeah.
If I'm being honest. It was mostly just because I felt like I could never maintain any amount of shields. Like, as soon as I got some, they were gone instantly.
Yeah, I know how that goes. My last playthrough that is yet to go public, Rugrats in Paris, the baby game, I made the horrible error of playing on very hard, and oh man, sometimes hard mode is not good for commentary. That's why Frogger's going to be terrible if I ever do that one. I probably shouldn't.
I remember being really impressed with the way that this world felt. Like, it didn't feel like it was being like a Call of Duty very brown gray realism. That it just felt less realistic and more gritty.
Yeah,
felt
I
like,
mean,
wow, this feels like I'm really here.
Yeah, it feels like Mars.
Good way.
It's really cool.
Yeah. Bit hard to explain, but I really liked it, and one of the few things I dislike about Eternal is that it feels much more cartoony and less grounded.
I kind of hated that about... I have yet to finish Eternal, which I think is telling, because I couldn't stop playing this game for the most part. I love the charge pistol. It's really good if you're like decent at aiming.
It's a nice backup, although you get so much ammo that I never ever found myself needing to use it for like in emergencies. Like, look right there, I ran low on ammo and it dropped some.
I never got the sniper upgrade. There's a sniper upgrade, right?
In this game, yes, there is. It's definitely the less useful of the two. And here we have another secret. In every level, there is a lever, and nearby is the entrance to a small sliver of a classic Doom level. You find it, and then you can unlock that level to play in this game with this game's mechanics.
So, if you're wondering if Doom 2016 can run Doom, it can.
But not with the lighting.
That wouldn't be... That's what Eternal did. Like, can't you play Doom originally... Like,
yes, in Doom they do have an actual source port of Doom running, but that's just like, playing the actual game. But putting a fully 3D rendered Doom guy and everything with all the gameplay inside there, the way that it calculates lighting, you just can't do it.
It'll break. Yeah, it makes sense.
It's just the way that game that classic engine did that is just incompatible with the way graphics work now.
So I'm assuming you picked your favorite first.
Yes, explosive shot.
It's very broken.
It is useful throughout most of the game, whereas the charged burst is useful early on for burst damage on bigger enemies, but the explosive shot just turns it turns the short range shotgun into a long range weapon. Like,
oh, it's great.
What's not
Honestly,
to love?
Once you get the super shotgun, the triple burst is useless.
Most things are useless once you get the super shotgun. That's one of the, I will admit, one of the issues that this game has is that after a certain point, if you have any clue what you're doing, there are just a couple of options that are just flat out better than everything else, and you only use other things if you get bored of the right options.
Especially if you get that rune that lets you just go nuts with it. I tell you, though.
Yes, the runes definitely contribute to the brokenness of some of the options.
Yeah, I'd say the super shotgun in this game is like the plasma beam in Prime, where it just melts through anything. Which is ironic, because this game does have a plasma beam, and I did not care for it.
The plasma rifle, it's okay. I think I got more usage out of it on this playthrough than I have in the past.
It just feels fluffy. Also, I always feel bad when Doomguy punches that robot. I'm like, oh, come on, he gave you a gun. That was harsh, man.
Yeah, be nice to it, man.
Oh, well, Doomguy is, if anything, not the nicest guy.
I mean, he doesn't stand on ceremony, but he's not a jerk for no reason most of the time. It's like he is a very morally upstanding character in this series. He just
doesn't he
it's
grab
easy
a guy
to forget because he is going up against the most objectively evil thing possible.
Yeah. I haven't gotten to it, but isn't there a part in Doom Eternal where he grabs a guy by the security tag around his neck to use it?
Yeah, that was in one of the first trailers, and that was more of just, I want this and I don't care enough to pull it off the guy, so I'm just gonna do this.
Yeah.
But it's not like he smashed his face in first for no reason. He was just like, I want this. Give this to me.
I think there's a lore, what is it? There's some kind of lore codex that average people, when they see Doomguy, there's a report's don't look at Doomguy, don't talk to Doomguy, just let him do his thing, or something like that.
That might be from Eternal when, right now, Doomguy's existence is not public knowledge.
Right.
In Eternal, I think there's something about, just give him a wide berth, let him do his thing.
Yeah. Although I have this image in my head of Doomguy doing a fight, and then there's some kids hey, Doomguy, catch, and it's some weapon or other, and then he just gives the kid a thumbs up or something. I don't know, just something stupid like that. Although I think thanks to Animal Crossing's miraculous
I love that glory kill. It's probably my favorite one.
Kicked him in the face with his own leg. But yeah, thanks to the Doom Eternal / Animal Crossing release, that really changed people's public perception of Doomguy a little bit. At least people that went in for that meme.
Oh, the Isabel meme?
Mm-hmm. Which I love but it's really funny.
I mean, that Doom Eternal was originally supposed to come out the November before that, and so everybody laughed when they announced the delay, and it was to the same day as Animal Crossing.
Yeah.
Which reminds me, I remember distinctly, Doom Eternal came out precisely 1 week into the general pandemic.
It was a perfect storm, because what are people going to do? Stay at their house and play video games. It's why video games did incredible numbers during the pandemic.
Oh,
and then
yes.
now executives are freaking out because they're like, I
We
thought
thought
this
that it
growth
would last
happen wherever.
forever.
It's like, what are you, stupid?
21 accident-free days.
That sounds like my workplace.
And that's the opening level.
Mm-hmm.
All right,
That went
well.
pretty quick.
Yep.
Wait, you didn't get... Wait, did you get the secrets? Oh, because that's
I did.
up.
Yeah.